broadcast. We have former chef from India, and today she's a certified tea sommelier. Welcome to the broadcast, Maya, Sabina, Jennifer. 3, 2, 1. I think we're rolling, Maya.
Okay.
So, go ahead and tell us, Maya, who is a certified tea sommelier, give us a little background of where you're from and how you became to have such a love for tea.
Okay. So I come from a country called India and from a city called Mumbai, which is the financial capital of India. And how did I get into tea? I started my journey in hospitality way back in 1998 as a chef. I was a chef with a luxury chain of hotels in India called the Taj Group of Hotels. And during that time, I would travel to different hotels. And I think I was docked at Sri Lanka during the civil war in the country. And then I was bugged with these questions. What am I doing with my life? Isn't there something more? So I left the hotel industry and moved into the space of mindfulness. And then in mindfulness, I began to see how my clients were challenged with being mindful. And I was looking for a tool that could help them to actually be mindful. And I found that in tea.
Okay, so let me see if I have this straight. You were a chef for a hotel chain. Right. That's incredible. So you used to cook for the dignitaries, or were you an everyday chef cooking every day?
It was a combination of both, because we had dignitaries who came into the hotel and stayed with us, as well as everyday guests who checked into the hotel.
Wow, incredible.
Business travelers.
So during the Civil War, the Indian Civil War, is this the war with Pakistan?
No, this was in Sri Lanka. I went to the hotel in Sri Lanka to train the staff there, train the chefs. And I was kept there for about 3 months in Sri Lanka. And in Sri Lanka, the war was happening.
Okay, so you were sort of on lockdown. You were kept there kind of against your will because there was a war going on. Is that what you were saying?
You were sent. You couldn't get out of the hotel, though the hotels were operational. But there was a lot of security, so you couldn't get out of the hotel. So if you cannot get out of the hotel, you're in the hotel 24/7 into 3 months.
Wow. Sounds like a traumatic experience.
And there's nobody to talk to, so it's almost like being in a prison.
Right. So
and at that time, there were no cellular phones. So
in this prison environment is when you sort of had some soul searching, and you changed path from being a chef into mindfulness.
That's right.
Okay, so continue. I've got it. I've made it nice and clear for myself now. Thank you.
So in mindfulness, I was trying to find a tool that would enable my clients to be more mindful. So I found tea. So tea comes from a plant called Camellia sinensis. So whether it is your green tea, black tea, white tea, they all come from the same leaf. It's just that the drying process and the fermentation process is different, which makes the tea different.
Interesting.
And Camellia sinensis is the only plant in the plant kingdom which is blessed with 2 chemicals. One is L-theanine and the other is caffeine. So L-theanine is actually responsible for mindful attention, so calm concentration. And the caffeine gives you the energy boost and gives you that spike. So the combination of the two allows you to remain mindfully alert for a long period of time.
Okay.
And that's why the Zen monks drink a lot of tea.
Okay. We experienced a little bit of lag there while you were talking, so let's give Zoom
Okay.
just a second to recalibrate. But so the Zen, the monks drink tea for their relaxation properties and the properties of that caffeine gives to invigorate. Is that correct?
That's right. The concentration. That's right. The relaxed concentration.
Okay. And you said that you are want to bring tea from being a commodity to a lifestyle drink. Can you talk more about that?
Yes, sure. So I would talk from a country like India where we drink a lot of tea, but the tea, like we've been taught by the British, is loaded with a lot of sugar and milk and a lot of spices. So while it does give you an energy boost and it is not really healthy. So how do I bring that relaxed alertness which nature has given to us into our everyday life? So that's set me on a journey of actually creating blends. I would like to share a couple of the blends that I've created and how they can turn around a lifestyle, how they can be So can I
So,
share?
so yes, go ahead and share the screen. And so you are a certified tea sommelier, and you've created, curated, formulated your own blends
That's
specifically
right.
to enhance different states of the body. Do I have that correct?
That states of the body and states of mind.
States of the mind, mindfulness. Awesome. So yes, I'd love to, if you can screen share, that would be awesome. I'd love to see.
Okay. Oh, it's here. Awesome. Can you see that?
That's right there. Beautiful. Ready to drink lifestyle teas.
So I'll just take you to the blend that I created. So this is what you see on the screen here is Kashmiri Kahwa. This is actually a drink that comes from one of the states in India, in the northernmost part of the country called Kashmir. And the beauty of this, it's made with organic green tea, and it's got saffron, almond flakes, cardamom, and cinnamon. And one of the best ways to drink this tea is during a celebration meal. So, you're having a nice spicy like a biryani or, a pilaf or something. You can have the tea served. If you look at it at the wine glass, so it changes the entire perspective of the tea from having it in, a teacup
Wow.
to,
Great.
so that turns around just by serving it in a different container. It changes the entire experience.
Fantastic.
And this tea is also very good from a health perspective, especially now you're in Paris where it's really cold. This tea can actually keep you warm because of the saffron and the almonds that are present in the tea, including the cinnamon. It keeps the internal organs warm. So it gives you a feeling of warmth and, a kind of a coziness inside.
Where, this is your blend.
This is my blend.
And if I were to purchase it, I would need to purchase it from you, correct?
That's right.
Awesome. Do you have your store available for us to view?
It's in the process.
In the process.
It's in the process. And I'm also trying to get it into a bottle. So if you see the image on, there's a bottle out there. So I'm trying to also create it into a ready-to-drink bottle drink and probably have it sold in the, the top-end food stores in the country.
Awesome. Do you have any other blends that you can show us?
Yes, I want to take you through another blend. This is called the Asian Zen. So what it's got is got lemongrass. I don't know how to enlarge it, but it's got some lemongrass, holy basil. Holy basil is the Indian basil, what we call tulsi. And it's got some marigold flowers and a little bit of chamomile. Awesome. So this is a tea which is really good to have all through the day if you're kind of stressed and you've got a presentation or a meeting and you need to relax yourself, but you find it very difficult to hold on to your mind. A couple of sips of this tea could actually get you into that state of relaxed concentration.
Very interesting.
So,
I love
and these, sorry?
Go ahead. I love the idea of the wine glass.
That's right.
Very cool. Go ahead.
And this particular tea, instead of a wine glass, if you look, there's a little bowl there. So you could have it in a little cup, you know, and you kind of take it and you drink it just like the Zen monks would drink. So it kind of, the whole action of taking it kind of relaxes you, separates you from the chaos that is outside and the clutter, and brings you into a kind of a centered state. So that's, you know, so depending on the tea, I would recommend the Asian Zen to either have it in a cup like that, a cuppa, or if you're sitting at your desk and working on a computer, then you could probably have it from a wine glass.
Very cool.
So this is an anytime tea.
And do you have another selection?
I want to take you through one, which is, so these are all the spices that you see on the slide. And I use it to create a blend, which is very popular among my clients. It's called the Goa Spice. So this is the tea which is made actually with black organic tea. It's got some ginger, cardamom, cinnamon cloves, black pepper, star anise. So it's a nice warming tea. So in the morning, if you want something to wake you up, this is a go-to tea. Because it's healthy, it has the right antioxidant levels, it's got the right spice levels, so it's likely the whole body is warming up from, you know, that typical relaxed state and getting alive. So.
Interesting. Okay. That was fantastic. You've really sort of opened my eyes to the dimensions of tea, because I was, until we spoke, I really didn't have any sort of idea that tea had such could have such an impact and have such a diversity. So we're getting close to the end of our interview. Can we? Do you have anything else that you'd like to talk about on the screen share?
Yes, one last tea if you're preparing to go to sleep, and for people who have a sleep issue, so we have something called the Greek chamomile. So you have the chamomile flowers, and so the chamomile flowers relax the muscles, but I thought why not also something that can relax the digestive system, so I've added a bit of fennel and ginger into this blend. So you can just have it before you go to sleep at night. You can have it in the cuppa, or you can have it in a wine glass. Relax and slip into a night relaxed deep sleep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, so let's jump off the screen share. I just got a few more questions to ask, and then we can. Awesome. Thank you, Maya. That was fantastic. That was a fantastic presentation. So let's say, okay, I'm going through this big business launch, right? And I've got a lot of energy, but that energy has a tendency to make me lose focus. Like I'm pushing a lot of energy towards this goal, but I find myself going over here and I'm going over there, and I kind of have a sensation that I need sort of to keep the energy. I don't want to lose the energy. I don't want to stop the energy. I need it to direct it. So would you have a recipe, or would you be able to tell me, go to the store and get this tea and get this tea, and would you be able to help me, Maya?
Of course. So, you know what you can choose. You look for a tea that has rose petals. Rose petals is very relaxing. So maybe a white tea with rose petals and chamomile or lemongrass. So these are very soothing herbs and flowers. I wouldn't suggest you don't drink a black tea or don't drink anything with spices, because that would spike up again your adrenal. But have something which kind of calms you down, and it automatically relaxes the nerves. And when the nerves relax, the brain relaxes. So.
Fantastic. So white tea with rose petals, chamomile, and what was the other?
Lemongrass.
Lemongrass. Okay. How much do I owe you for that consultation? Was that a free consultation?
Oh, no, he made this free consultation because we made this recording happen.
Fantastic. Well, Maya, thank you so much for spending some time with me. This was I love it when, something comes into your life and now forever I'm going to look at tea in a different way, in a more, because it was just, Lipton tea, iced tea, hot tea. That's the only kind of tea I knew, So now I'm going to, you've opened up my interest. And so now I'm
glad.
That tea with
That's my mission finally. Because for me, tea, like a tea master told me in Sikkim when I visited Sikkim, a tea garden in Sikkim. And the tea master said that tea is actually reconstituted life. So when I add water to the tea, I'm actually reconstituting life. So it's an infusion of life actually when you drink tea.
Wow. Tea is the reconstitution of life. Fantastic, Maya. All right. Well, thanks again so much for spending some time. This was fantastic, and we'll catch up together again soon as you're building your business. Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right, Maya.
Lovely day, Leanne.
Thank you.
Thanks for putting this together. Bye bye.
Take care. Bye bye.